Hello and welcome back to the Melge Gaming YouTube channel. You might remember that towards the end of 2020, I released a video where I showed you how you could set up your smart lights like Philips Hue and Nanoleafs to be controlled by your Twitch chat and to react to things that happen in your stream like subs or raids. Well, now I'm going to teach you how to use that same software to take your stream to the next level and make it so that both your lights and your overlays can be controlled and interacted with by your chat. A bit like this. I ordered, a McDonald's from Just Eat, and a delivery, the interactive lights and overlays are a huge hit over on my channel. Chat love playing with them, and after watching this video, your chat will be able to enjoy them too. Now, the software that we'll be using to do all of this is called Lumia Stream, and before we go much further, you will need to go and watch one of my previous videos to make sure that you set Lumia Stream up correctly. I'll put a link up in the corner for you. Go and check that video out. Download Lumia Stream using the affiliate link, get it installed and set up using that video, and then come back here. You will also need to download and install OBS WebSocket to enable Lumia Stream to talk to OBS. I've talked about OBS WebSocket in one of my previous videos. Again, I'll put a link up in the corner for you. Go and check that out. Download OBS WebSockets and get that set up as well. But whilst you're looking through those old videos, remember to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to get notified when future videos go live. If you've already watched the old videos, then thank you, and let's get into it. Now that you've got Lumia Stream installed and set up and you've got OBS WebSocket installed, there's just one thing I need to point out, which is that the revert to default options are different in Lumia now than they were when I made my last video. Don't panic about that, we're going to cover that anyway. So if you're watching the old video and you see that the revert to default is different, don't worry, we're going to cover it. In fact, we'll get that out of the way right now. When you open Lumia Stream, go to the settings cog in the top right hand corner, and you can go ahead and start by changing your revert to default type to animation. For now, just pick any animation that's available in the drop down list, because we're going to come back to this again later. So to start with, let's get Lumia Stream ready to talk to OBS. So remember, you'll need OBS WebSocket for this, which I've talked about in a previous video. Again, I'll link it up in the corner. Make sure you go and get OBS WebSocket, download it and install it, and follow the instructions on that video to get it set up. Now let's head into Lumia Stream. You want to click on the settings wheel, go to Connections, Services, and select OBS. It will ask you for your port number and password, which we covered in the OBS WebSocket video. If you're unsure, go to OBS, go to Tools, WebSocket Server Settings, and you can obtain the information from there. Enter this information into Lumia Stream, check the connection, and submit the info. Now, in the previous video that I've sent you to get Lumia Stream set up, we talk about using colors, but I just want to explain that you can no longer rely on colors in Lumia Stream to change both lights and overlays. It also won't apply any effects like flashing, strobing, or any kind of patterns to your lights. Colors inside of Lumia are just that, they are simple color changes. If you want a setup like mine where the lights can be controlled by chat as well as the overlays and it all changes in sync, then you will need to utilize animations. Animations give us the ability to combine things like a color change on your lights with an action inside of OBS, like a scene change. Hopefully it now makes a bit more sense why we chose an animation as our default type earlier. Before we go any further, you're going to go and open up OBS and you're going to want to create a handful of scenes, one for each colored overlay that you're going to be using. So as you can see here, I have a scene for blue, green, red, and so on, and each of these scenes has my webcam frames in them in the relevant colors. Now that OBS is ready, we need to prepare Lumia. You should know by now that we need to create our animations in Studio before we can have them be used by our chat. So open up Lumia Stream, click on the setting wheel, and head to Studio, Animations, and click Add Animation in the top right. Start by picking a color for your lights. In this example, we'll use red. Set a nice long duration on the color so that it doesn't revert to default after a short period of time. Remember to give your animation a name, but not the name you want chat to trigger it with. So a good choice here would be Red Studio. Next, click on the OBS tab and click Add OBS Event. You'll now be presented with a drop-down that shows you what Lumia can do within OBS. It can change your profile, scene collection, scene, source visibility, as well as set your transition type and duration. For our purposes, we want to select Set Scene. This will tell OBS to change your scene when this animation is triggered. When you select this, Lumia will present you with a second drop-down where you can specify the scene that you want OBS to switch to. For this example, we're using red lights, so we'll select the red scene. You can now save this animation. Notice in the bottom right where it says Create Animation, there is a small tick box that says Create Chat Command. If you tick this box, Lumia will automatically create a chat command to go alongside your animation. To have a look at the chat command, go to Chat Animations and let's have a look at the command that it's created. You'll want to start by increasing the duration to a substantial length, and I'd also recommend renaming the chat animation, as this is what your chat will need to type in order to change your lights and overlays. So here, I'd recommend just calling it red. Now, when your chat type in !red, Lumia Stream will change your lights to red, and OBS will change your scene to be red as well. And it's that easy. That is how you get OBS to react to a chat command delivered by somebody on Twitch. So now your chat can type in colors and it will change your room lights and your overlays. And this is just scratching the surface. You can get really creative with this kind of stuff. So really keen to see what people come up with. If you find a cool way to use it, please let me know so I can come and check it out. If you remember earlier in the video, we set up a default type for Lumia. We chose an animation. Well, now would be a good time to go back and just revisit that default type and make sure that it is set to a suitable animation for you. Now, providing that you've set sufficiently long durations for all of your animations, then it will very, very rarely revert to default anyway. The revert to default is normally there to give Lumia something to do after it plays an alert like a raid or a subscription. Then it will default to your default type. And congratulations, you now have lights and overlays that can be controlled interactively by your chat in perfect synchronization with each other. My chat absolutely love this feature and I'm confident that yours will as well. Remember to like, comment, subscribe and turn on notifications to get notified when future videos go live. And thanks for watching.